Strategic defence measures in response to escalating Russian aggression, with EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen unveiling plans to boost defence cooperation. Let's listen in to what she said.
And just today we have seen a reckless and unprecedented violation of Poland and Europe's airspace by more than 10 Russian Shahid drones. Europe stands in full solidarity with Poland.
The EU's foreign policy chief, Kaja Kallas, also expressed full solidarity with Poland, stressing on the EU's commitment to support Ukraine, enhancing Europe's defence capabilities and raising the costs for Moscow. Meanwhile, EU Council President Antonio Costa highlighted Europe's growing investment in defence to safeguard peace and security, condemning Russia's continued aggression and airspace violations. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky also reacted by calling it deliberate and urged a strong response from allies. In the Czech Republic, Prime Minister Petr Fiala described the drone incursion as a test of NATO's defence capabilities and a threat to all of Europe posed by Putin's regime. The Czech Foreign Minister said that Russia's reckless attacks on Polish airspace demonstrates the wider threat Moscow's war poses. The Czech Republic pledged full solidarity with Poland and called for immediate reinforcement of NATO's frontline and air defences. China's foreign ministry urged all parties to avoid the conflict, allowing the battlefield violence to go beyond Ukraine's borders. Adding to that, Italy's foreign minister Tajani firmly condemned the strike, calling it a very serious and unacceptable event. Glenn, your thoughts there from some of the reactions that we have coming in, some stronger than others. Of course, the Czech Republic there with the particularly strong response, saying that stressing the threat for Europe as a whole here. Could this be a significant turning point in this war? Obviously, we can't speculate. However, what do you think Putin's aims are here, considering, I mean, of course, Ukraine is a huge country and hitting that far west into the Ukrainian territory so far as to go into Europe, this certainly symbolises something.
Yeah, well, it does. I mean, it symbolises what Putin has been saying all along, which is, you know, this is a war, and it's a war on Europe, and it's a war on the West. I mean, Czech Republic have been strong throughout, and they've been supporting Ukraine solidly throughout. I mean, they've got bad memories of Russia, and so I would expect this of them. I don't think the Italian foreign minister would understand that his words about not putting boots on the ground a couple of days ago are actually part of the problem. And his weakness that he showed is actually something that Putin plays on. You know, so him saying, him coming up now and condemning it is a bit rich at this stage. And I think that, you know, there's still too much talk from people like von der Leyen. You know, we can do this with money, we can do that with money, but I still don't actually see the action happening. The hardness is still missing from a lot of the Europeans. Maybe that hardness will change in the next week or so. But I'm still not completely convinced when you hear something from Rutte and from NATO saying that it's not an attack. It means that there are still countries and still people that still don't understand the significance of this attack.
Yes, and Glenn, finally, do you think that we've seen the last of attacks like this? What do you think could be in the pipeline, as you've said, talked about Putin's aggression? What kind of thing do you think could occur next? What do you think that Putin has in mind here?
No, I don't think this is the last of these attacks. I think it's the first of these attacks. And I think that, you know, as Putin increases the number of drones that he can put in the air, I think that he will be spreading them far and wide, not just into Ukraine. Especially if there's no actual comeback against him. And his aim is obviously is to try and separate NATO from Ukraine and separate the other countries from Ukraine. Um, by the and he's not doing a bad job of it in some ways. When you hear things like the Italian minister saying that they're not going to put troops on the ground. Putin will hope that this sort of thing actually increases that sort of weakness, not decreases it. So I expect to see more of this, and maybe in different directions.
Glenn Grant, thank you very much for joining us. Always a pleasure to talk to you, to get your insight on